Hello and welcome back to the Pheonix Reborn in Europe Universalis 4 as Byzantium with me, the Green Dragon. So, you might have noticed in the last couple of videos that Austria is declaring war on us every chance they get, which means that they're gonna do so again as soon as our truce expires, probably, so we need to be prepared for this. That being the case, we want to concentrate our forces as much as possible and be ready to resolve that shit with great prejudice. So our troops are for the most part quite capable of handling that, I would say, but you know, point is I want to have a real war with Austria. A real war with Austria where I come out as the winner, of course. And then we can take a bunch of stuff from them and their allies, possibly, and that could work out to our advantage. Of course, in order to make that happen, we have to actually win, but, you know, I think we can manage it. I think. At least that's the great and glorious hope here. Now, I would recruit more troops, but I'm not sure we would have enough time to actually build them. Because our truce ends in a month. No, 2 months. Well, I can raise some of these. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. I can raise some of these down this way. Right, because they're not gonna immediately invade down to Anatolia, right? And I have massive... Actually, that's on the Russian border, and Russia does have an alliance with Austria, unfortunately. So... like so, and then Lancers, right? There, that's an army right there. And that'll be enough for a start, I think. In fact, just to make things even more interesting, let's recruit another army up in the north, in Nordlands. Because we have these Nordlings, right? Why not make use of them? Let them fight our wars. Let them bleed for us, in fact. Again, that Russian border. But you know what? We can always buy Russia out if they come in, right? And 2 more, and that leaves us a couple short. We're gonna need to recruit more calves somewhere in order to make this stick. I think someplace like here might be best. There. And possibly another set in Lithuania. Well, might be a bit more difficult, but we'll try to make it work. Because yeah, 3 full armies, why the frack not? We can do this. If a couple of them get killed along the way, who cares? There's always more that can be had. Always more where those came from. I know it's horribly cold-blooded, don't you love it? What am I recruiting right now? Cav, so we are gonna need flying batteries. No, that was a double one. There. Armies! And you know, if Russia declares war on us, we'll just buy them out. Go into debt, our economy can handle it, it's fine. So let me guess what happens when the truces end. Austria does not eat things to our faces. Get to Rome before anything starts. We want as high concentration of forces as possible, cause divide, conquer and smash. That's the plan. And that requires a high concentration of forces in a single spot. Can I make it across to Judea quickly enough? Possibly not. But, okay. That's the first of the troops coming, you know, in, which is fine and glorious. Trade dispute against Great Britain, wonderful. Oh, that's a casus belli actually, against the Brits. Huh, and that's actually tempting, strangely enough. Very much so. Silistria will do there, and you there. That's 23 armies instead of 24. Where's the last one? Oh, I missed one there. Fine, go there. So that's our forces gathering. I'm pretty sure Austria will declare war on us when they get the chance. The truce is almost done. 25th of August, yeah. So let me guess. As soon as that truce comes out, boom, bitch, go and die in a fire. Okay, Cav coming in. Cav is good. And there we go. Excellent, that is good. So, who do we peace out? Who do we wish to be rid of? I'm thinking Russia. They're not gonna want to peace out that easily, so they're gonna take a few loans there. Kind of have to. Don't worry, it's fine, we'll be okay. Offer tribute. Well, they would accept 10,000, but I'm betting they will be content with a little less than that. Yeah, massive war chest, but treachery has always been expensive, I believe, so we're just gonna have to eat that, unfortunately. Just 30. Did I miscount somewhere or something? Nope, not really. Yeah, so keep gathering those, it'll be fine. Lots of bad war stuff happening, because every fleet suddenly finds itself in the middle of bullshit. Just gather up, smash them up collectively, just pull them off of trade, it's fine, as long we just want those trade ships to survive, if possible. Of course you would pick up just one. There you go. Siege of Porto has been won. Excellent. You go and sit in Kathiawar. We'll want to save you. Okay, so it's on. And that's good, that's fine, that's perfect in fact. But it does mean that there is an actual fight on. We have to be kind of careful, so as not to get our asses handed to us. Yeah, those are getting prepared on the border, they'll be safe-ish. Okay, so, battle plan. I think we want to kill Hansa. Right? Because Hansa is part of the war, right? Right, they were an ally of Austria. So we're fighting this. Essentially, this is a European war. This will determine the shape of Europe. So what we want to do is actually take parts of these. We want to dismantle a large chunk of Poland, if we can, feed a lot of these Austrian bastards here to Castile, take the Hansa as a vassal, that kind of thing, you know, just make bad things happen to people who might or might not be considered good. I would go with the not, but whatever. Actually, yeah, separate out the lights, make sure they can catch up to whatever they're chasing. So that's Poland. We could actually blitz Poland first up in the north. Troop count wise, we actually have a major advantage, which is pretty good. We're about 200,000 ahead, I would say, which is nice. But of course, all those troops I just started building in preparation for this is good as well. So yeah, I could have just, you know, bought Austria off with the money I just spent on dealing with Russia, but I want Austria to bleed, you know, I want them to bleed, so that's kind of a thing. Okay, so these will gather up, that'll be fine, and so we'll have 3 armies here. and another 2 up there, and another 4 here, and then 3 in Iberia. The big problem is going to be transporting them though, because for now Austria rules the seas and I have to keep blockading Portugal unless I end this war, which I think I actually might want to. What do I want to do here though? Really, what do I want to do? I mean, I could force them to release Galicia. Not that there's much point to that, but sure, we could do that. You know, I actually don't know. You know what? Yeah, let's do this and release Galicia and give me all the money you can. How close is that? Not quite close enough. How about this? Almost. There. There. Okay, there. Now that looks like a peace deal. Let's take that. That will be good enough. There we go. And all of you head on home. And you be ready to actually go. Just march on top of them. It's fine. So what we have here, 25 heavies and a lot of trash. It's not going to help them a great deal. And as for Poland, well, Poland is military level 27. They still don't stand much of a chance, I would say. But you know, stranger things have happened. They don't stand a chance, not unless their ally saves them, and they probably won't. Their ally is about to have a world of problems all of their own, I would say. They still have Mali as a problem thing. Actually, something we will do is separate out one unit, go stand on this, and send a settler there. But, yeah, Mali, that's... I mean, we can let Castilians take care of that, that'll be fine. Okay, so... we have a major war. I'm gonna bring the speed down to 2, and... did you not join? Oh, you're a good little bitch, Bohemia. You may yet survive. I assume I will not be able to vassal you. No, I will not. What about the Hansa? Would I be able to vassal you? Oh, you bitch. Of course not. That would be easy. Bastards. No cores or anything on that either. Well, shit, son. That's not good. So, let's take a look at the trade node. Who has the big chunk of the Hansa, doesn't it? Of course they do, since their ships are still on it as well. And I pulled mine. Yeah, that's not good. Achieve religious unity. Sure, that's easy enough. We'll get it soon. Okay. So, build up our armies and Hulk smash. Okay, so... we have our ships here, actually. So let's gather them up here and get ready to make Austria suffer, because that should be relatively doable, I believe, and, you know, shouldn't cause any problems. Because, you know, navally we absolutely and totally outclass them. That's not even a question of if, it's just a fact of life. We do just outclass them navally. Completely and utterly. So anything that's still building? They're actually daring to blockade my stuff. Oh, it's up there. Dude, not cool, go and kill. Okay, so large amounts of armies, good. Western Isles, eh? In that case, Finland. Apparently Ayrshire still isn't converted, go figure. Fuckers. No, go buy that away. Yeah, I know, it's trade ships and they don't war very well, but there are a lot of them, so it should be fine, right? Okay, so that's 40 armies, so yeah, that's everyone for that one. as for here, that's 39, but I deselected one stack, so that's fine. And up here, that's mostly everyone. Not quite, but mostly. So you gather up. Well, not everyone apparently, cause we're bullshit from ships there. Just kill them. And the natives are being uppity there. Wonderful. Good, -1 general, I think, too. He might have just sunk, along with his crap. Anyway, so they're spreading out nicely. That's 80,000. Let's go and say hi. And up there as well. And I want to gather all of my force before I engage them properly, so... or more of them anyway. And yeah, that sounds good. So my heavy ships, where are the rest of them? That's all I have. Well, then that will have to do. And there's their navy coming to play. Heading to the Gulf of Almeria on the 4th of... Are you serious? They're actually gonna head into me. Are they that dumb? Seriously, are they actually gonna attack me? Navally. With that? Wow. Talk about stupid. Not that I mind. Suicide your navy, I don't mind at all. Holy crap, they actually did it. Well, this will be a short-ish battle. I mean, they might have a good admiral, but... all the same, they've already lost. Yep, they're gone. 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 And boom, no more ships. So, let's get smallish groups, but ones still big enough to prevent nasty ambushes, right? And place them around all kinds of places that might want a bit of blockading goodness. Okay, so that's a single county, right? Okay, and here, I think here. And another 10. Don't worry, they'll repair in coastal sea zones, because we have the naval ideas, they'll be fine. And for the, you know, main Austrian ports, we'll want to put a bit more, like, say, 30 heavy ships on this. Sounds good. And yeah, they have 8 heavy ships somewhere, I think, up there. And again, we can send smaller groups of, say, 20 to each of those areas to just sort of maintain order. You go there. Go away. Undisputed succession, Galicia. I don't think that matters much. Okay, yeah, so they're doing land invasion, but that should not help them much. We're attacking them in there, but that'll be mountains. Unfortunately, that cannot be helped. You have nearly gathered. Good. Join up. Just to decrease the amount of stuff on the map and make the game run a little smoother if possible. Go there. And there you go. So, right, we'll need a few more ships spread out among all kinds of places. Just to, you know, maintain order. Because those bastards have a lot of ports. And now every single one of them blockaded. Every single one. There we go. That should be all of them. And this should be strong enough to smash pretty much anyone that tries anything. Okay, so that's our first land battle. We've already shown our superiority, so we're getting ticking points. Okay, with a difference that big, this is a relatively easy attack, I think. Wow, the end is nigh. Wonderful. Not a complete smoosh, but wherever they're heading we will chase them down and finish them. Which way? Which way? Barcelona and Valencia. All the way to Alicante, and kindly just chase them down and, you know, smash them. They actually dare to siege me up there. Poland and Brandenburg. Level 30, the bastards. Go there. So, let's just head on over to, well, them. To the Hansa and start saying hi. So, you look good, almost gathered. So yeah, if I do a two-pronged attack, like 80 Tau from that side and then another 160 from this side, it should work pretty well. On top of, you know, whatever I have in Yay. Iberia. That would be good too. Yeah, that unit, I mean, out in the plains where we can spread our lines, it shouldn't stand a chance in hell. 15th of January, yep, they got away, bastards. Kill. Actually, where? How? Ah, shit, they actually have another navy. A real one. Now let's rush to their aid. Yep, Malta Channel. Frackers. So they can't attack the home fleet of their stuff. But they can certainly interfere with things there. Just hold out a couple more days. Delay them long enough to... Wow. You fucker, so you're just gonna sit there. Well, that's fine, I can sit on top of you. Consider yourselves blockaded, bitch. Yeah, should be nearly everything now. They are not moving into me though from Modena, strangely enough. But okay, these are gathered. We're gonna need a new leader. No, no. Don't have much to spend my military points on, so I'm just gonna spend them on leaders. And these are actually pretty good, some of them. So let's ditch some of the really crappy ones. Like this one. Him I really don't want to keep. -4. Yeah. Why don't we give you that and instead and just remove some of the really trashy ones. Like these two. That gives us 5 of 3, and I'm actually okay with 5 of 3. Gonna go like that, and just gonna start sieging this stuff, I believe. Yay, so. And yay, so. That should be everything in Iberia, I think. Unless I miscounted something or some such thing. Okay, so, right, I gave you a mega leader, right? Right. So 120,000 should be enough. All of their actual forces went south, which gives me an advantage here, which I'll happily take. I mean, if they're gonna give it, I'm gonna take it. And yes, 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 this looks good. Nearly 100% blockade. Where am I missing one? Okay, important question. Where the frack am I not blockading Austria? Because that should be everything, I think. I mean, that's Mali. Does Austria have any crap anywhere else in the world? Doesn't look like it's just Europe. Just Europe. These are blockaded, can't be here, so it has to be somewhere here. Blockaded, blockaded, blockaded. 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 Blockaded, blockaded. Blockaded, blockaded. So up here perchance. Here. Okay. Right. Do they have a place on this? No. The frick are they unblockaded then? I mean, it should be everything. Well, I suppose it'll just have to do. Okay, we just need you to arrive, and then we can... Yeah, there are some seriously weak places in there, supply limit wise, but it'll be okay, we'll manage. Okay, Tadmeka is 1, good. That was the war goal, right? Yep. Okay, so, White Peace? Or Protectorate it? No. You will concede defeat. There, we smashed you. Fear us. Go there. Now, there are no distractions. None. It's just us versus Austria and their allies in Europe. So this war will determine the face of Europe for times to come. Let's not fuck up. 4-3 as opposed to 2-6. A really good shock modifier is nice. I'm actually gonna... How much? So we can keep 120 Tau on that, essentially, safely. Or alternatively, 2 units of 80 Tau can be moved relatively safely in Italy. So let's have 2 armies each with their own leader. And let us keep this ready to reinforce, because it's time to kind of start engaging, isn't it? And let's deal some damage. So that looks relatively straightforward. Oh, and the Emperor was leading this one. Kill. Any actual engagements there? Doesn't look like it. Good. The battle. The battle goes well, but they're sending reinforcements, but we won. Good. March up to Modena. Let's see them bleed a little bit. Actually, important question. Let's take a look. Military armies. Austria. They have a lot less manpower than us. We might conceivably be able to bleed them out. Huh. Now that is an interesting thought. And we can just carpet siege them once we smash their armies too. There is that distinct possibility as well. Okay, we are under attack there. It's on. It's on. 17th of May. Not sure if they can hold out till the 17th. But looks like they did. Excellent. In that case, suddenly things turn very nasty for them. Because we are absolutely gonna smash face in the shock phase. Even if they have a better, you know, fire phase. Good. 50% already. Ouch, Austria. Ouch, we are winning battles. And it's not looking so good for you. I mean, these are mega, you know, forts, unfortunately, but still... Well, I might even be able to assault some of these. And that's Brandenburg. Far too big to annex, but possibly small enough to really fuck up in some way. And as for Austria itself, we need to keep making them bleed. Really, that's the best thing we can do. Just bleed them. Bleed them every opportunity we get. Right? So that's a random marriage which we will not be wanting to take. And they moved just 1 province over, which means we can actually smoosh them. This is a Hanseatic army, so we don't really care that much. In fact, you can stay in there, that's fine actually. But still, it's a dead enemy, and a dead enemy is a good enemy. Yeah, just give me the shock. And booyah. There's a lot of rivers here, but oh well. So yeah, we want to start smashing some things up. We won against the natives yet again. I do not wish to be distracted by these native bullshitteries, so we're actually gonna destroy them here. 'Cause screw that. I have other things to deal with, and you know, natives aren't a part of this. It's not about the bloody natives. That's not what this is about. It's Austrian. Wonderful. And that's Stettin, which we have apparently not blockaded. Did I not order ships there? That's... okay, in that case we'll send 24,000 right there to deal with that, and you will move up to there. They attacked me in Parma. Well, if you want to fight against superior force under crappy conditions, though they're bringing in a lot of stuff. I see movement up north. Not that much, they actually changed their mind. If enough of them... I think I might have distracted them by attacking here, actually. Let's go and smash that as well while we have the chance. Oh yeah, I think Austria is gonna bleed quite a bit. Crappy roll, fui. Still, that army has lost some of its strength. Austria, yeah, they're not that weak, but sooner or later all of these little smooshes are gonna start making themselves, you know, felt. This should be relatively open terrain, so our massive numbers advantage should be more effective in allowing us, you know, to wrap around them and slaughter. That should be going rather well. Anything else I want to do? Right now, that is. Not really, this seems generally okay. Oh! Oh shit! That's not so good. I think we take the loss there, move to the capital with everything, and prepare to move back in when that becomes possible. And we should be ready to bring more troops across from Iberia. Yay, here. In fact, we can just walk them across using the ships. And yeah, losing one battle is fine. Or 3. It won't make us lose the ticking war score, and it's fine. And they're sure as hell not getting ticking war score of their own. It's gonna be fine. And these wings should be fast enough that those mega reinforcements should not have the time to arrive quickly enough to make bad things happen. So yeah, we're just gonna kill a lot of them. We lost a siege. Well, that's not so good, actually. And actually, something else I could do is make some more units. As in, make yet another army for this front. And, you know, use it to make 280,000 men armies. And that will help. Because 160,000 men is a lot per front. It really is. Not gonna make any more in Scandinavia. In fact, this is probably the last army I'll make, cause my cash situation obviously is taking some beating, but at the same time this is kind of necessary in order to really make it stick. How is the trade? Trade is excellent actually here. Here not so much, but all the same it's doing pretty well. And actually I can make the trade happen again. So, okay. So, let's send you, my darling, to Novgorod. Let's split you in half, send half to the Baltic. No, not Alexandria. Baltic. There you go. And of what remains, we'll send the rest to Lubeck. Okay, and that battle is still going rather well. Good. Just keep winning battles, no matter how tiny, in fact. Just spread them out a bit, let them recover for a tiny, tiny bit. And then we'll be good. And yes, spread out as much as you want, Austria, that's fine. In fact, I can use these 80,000 to actually march into Poland at one point, which will in fact make things easier. And I have random troops here, which I should probably get rid of. Okay, so far the war is going extremely well. Well, we could actually get some concessions out of them. Okay, let's see, if I wanted to return those 2 cores, that would... I could get that. Frankly, I want to dismantle Austria quite a bit, but this is a good start. Anyway, I'm gonna split the video here, and in the next one we will continue this war, which is a very important one, because it essentially is a war over who dominates Europe, because right now it's either France or it is Austria. And really, it is Austria with all of their allies, but if I beat them and if I weaken them sufficiently, then I become the dominant power in Europe. France and Austria will still be somewhat powerful maybe, but they will be in a subordinate position, so that's the plan, and hopefully we'll manage to break them. So I'll see you next time.